everyone, welcome to Wednesdays We Craft. So I'm going on my second week of being at home, not really going anywhere. My work was shut down, so sadly I can't go to work, but I totally get why. So I'm trying to stay home as much as I can, like I've been told. So I realized I have a ton of extra fabric, and so I was trying to think, what could I do? So I saw several hospitals are asking for masks. They're asking for homemade masks because they're running out of the fancy ones that work the best. But they want masks for people who are going to the hospital, like that might be tested, who might not actually have it, to protect them. It's really, to protect them, other people from them, basically is what they're saying. So these masks keep your sickness in so you don't infect anybody else. And as we know, it's sneaky and we don't know when we're spreading it. So I actually found a pattern from a hospital. It's Deaconess Health. They came up with a pattern and they had a video, so I found that's the best one. It fits the best. I made this other one and I feel like it's a little weird. It's pretty, but it just, like if you see this one, it fits well, but then this one fits even better. Ooh. And it's super efficient. So I'm going to show you all how to make this today. So like I said, this doesn't prevent you from getting it. It's not the safest thing, so that doesn't mean you can leave your house and go play. This is just if you have to. Like people who have to go to work. For instance, my husband works for AT&T and he is considered essential because of telephone and internet. So I made him a Nintendo one because he likes Nintendo. And this is basically, he goes into people's homes, so he doesn't know if he has it at all. So this will protect him from spreading it to other people when he goes in their homes. So it's a nice thing to have. And I'd love for you guys to follow this pattern and help any way you can. Donate to hospitals, nursing homes, anything you think would need. Even just your friends who have to still go to work, like my friend who's a physical therapist, my friend who's a Coke driver. They still have to go to work. So just try to support each other in this time. Just be nice and happy and try to uplift each other. That's all I ask. That's the only thing I want from you guys. If you have a sewing machine and you don't know how to work it, just click the link above. That's my episode where my friend Peggy shows us how to use a sewing machine. She shows how to thread it and everything. She's very good at it. She used to be a seamstress, so she knows what she's talking about. So yeah, I have that video. You can watch step by step how to use a sewing machine. It gives you the basics. So if you wanted to do this, you totally could. So first I have my material. So I cut out a bunch of these, so I just have them ready. Where's my, so I'm gonna have my material and I have my measuring tape. So I measured it out and it's 6 inches, it's 6 inches by 9 inches. And you're gonna cut out 2 of those. Then you're also gonna have your elastic. So it asks for 1/4 elastic. That's what this is, 1/4 inch. So you need 2 of those, and those are going to go on either side. So first I'm going to I want the pretty side it's going to be flipped inside out, so I want my pretty side on the outside. Okay, so I have these 2 together, and so I'm just going to pin it in the middle because we kind of want these outsides for flappy, so we can put in our elastic in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to pin those 2. Then I'm going to get my elastic. I'm going to put it in between these 2 pieces of fabric. And we're gonna make it go from one corner to the next, and it's just gonna be diagonal. See? And you wanna make sure that it's nice and flat and it's not twisted so it won't be weird on the ear. So now I'm gonna flip this over, make them touch, so I can see my elastic, I can see my purple, so I bring those together. I like to put my pin on the inside going out because that way when you're sewing, you can just pull it out a lot easier because the foot won't be on it and in the way. So as you can see, it's going, the elastic is going out. You want to make sure it's not going to hit the thread. So make sure you kind of angle it and then bring this other corner down here. Do the same thing. I'm just going to put my corner down. There we go. Make sure it matches up. Okay. And then I'm just going to pin it from the inside out. That way I can take it out when I'm sewing. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I just want to give a quick shout out to my sister-in-law Amber, who's a nurse, who sent me a link of this. So thanks for the idea. Okay, all pinned. Now that we have it pinned, we're ready to sew. So I'm going to start about the halfway mark, and I'm going to go all the way around because we want to leave the halfway mark so we can turn it inside out when we're done. So I'm just going to follow along. Go straight. Okay, so now I'm coming to that corner where the elastic is. So I'm going to go a little more. Take my pin out and just kind of lift up and turn. There we go. Okay. So I can show you real quick. You look, it's nice and secure in that corner. So when we, it's nice and secure in that corner. So when we flip it, it'll be there. And it's also not, you know, going in the line that I'm going to go. So just make sure of that when you do it.
Great job, Mama.
Thank you. So that's our first side. So now this bottom side, I'm just going to continue the whole thing until I, get to the elastic again and just turn the corner. And so I'm just continuing along the opposite side, and I'm sewing on the other straps. Ooh. Okay, so when I get about 2 inches from this stitch, so I think that's about 4 fingers, I'm going to stop because we're going to turn it inside out. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it, I'm going to take my pins out first. Oops. Take out all your pins. So now I'm going to flip it inside out. So I'm just taking it out of the hole at the top. Voila! You can see it's just a nice little rectangle. Both of our straps are intact. That's what we want. I know the top is still open, but we're gonna take care of that in a little bit. We'll go over the whole thing again in a second. So yeah, yay. And then you can check, you know, your ears. Make sure it's gonna work. There we go, see, yay. We're gonna flip it over. I like to have the flap at the bottom. And then I'm just gonna pleat. So I'll probably do this a couple of times if I don't like how it looks, because it just depends. So you're gonna take the side and just kind of like pinch it. It's about 2 to 3 fingers worth, I'd say. And then just pinch it and make a pleat. So I'm going to put my pin in. I like to put it going out. That way I can take it out easier when I'm sewing. And then just pinch it and press it flat. And you'll do 3 of these. That makes it, you know, conform to your face a little better. And then the last one. They get smaller as you go up. So you pretty much just want to fit 3 in. They don't have to be perfect. Then you can go to the other side, so you don't have to do the pleat the whole way. That's why I like this one, because when you do the pleat the whole way, it's harder. Okay, so pretty much just go across, eye it, you know, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you see, it's going to give it that curve.
I'm pinned.
1, 2, 3. You want to make them all the same direction. From the open pouch, kind of fold it in. I'm just going to sew around the entire mask. So sometimes when you're sewing, you'll go over the elastic and it'll stick a bit. So you can just kind of move it around or move it away from the elastic as you're going around, and then that'll help with that. So now that you've gone around the whole thing, you can go around it once again just to reinforce it and make sure it's really strong.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Luna. And try to go over the same stitch. If you don't, it's okay. It's okay if it's not perfect. So you want to follow the same stitch as close as you can. If you don't, it's okay. You know, as long as it's reinforced is what matters. It's so easy, even a kid can do it. She's 7 and she did it by herself. Well, I helped a little, but she did great. I'll have the kid measurements below. Okay, as you see, we have a nice mask. Don't touch my face, don't touch my face. Ooh, so pretty. I know this is a rather girly mask. So if you want to make them for hospitals and stuff, remember that, you know, all kinds of people are going to wear them. So I have like a buffalo print. I have like a kind of neutral planty one. So yeah, if you have fabric at home, try to make, you know, more gender neutral ones just so it helps. So yeah, thanks for following along. I'd love to see pictures of your masks, or just let me know if you make it. That'd be great. I just really want people to help out in any way they can and stay home. And this is a great thing you can do from home. If you don't have fabric, you can probably order it online. I know truck drivers are still going, so there's a need for these. So just try to help in any way you can. And just reach out to people. I'm sure they'll really appreciate it. If you do want to support me, please just like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'd love to see you every week. I try to do a different craft, and I have been hoarding craft supplies, so I'm ready for this. I've also been hoarding books. Who's crazy now, guys? Anyway, so please just subscribe and hit the bell so then you can get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for crafting with me. Have a beautiful Wednesday.